Taurus, have you been feeling a heavy presence following you lately? I'm not talking about ghosts or spirits. I'm talking about a very real, very vivid masculine energy, charged with such intense anger that you can feel it in the air when it's near. You know exactly who I'm talking about. That man who smiles at you but the smile doesn't reach his eyes, who greets you politely but you sense a cutting coldness in his words, who speaks your name in a way that feels like a disguised curse. Your body has already detected what your mind is still trying to deny. There is a man in your life who carries a deep, visceral, dangerous anger directed specifically at you. This anger isn't new. It's been growing like a silent tumor inside him, fueled by every achievement he's witnessed, every moment of peace you've experienced while he's lived in internal chaos, every time you've shone and he's realized he'll never achieve the stability that comes so naturally to you. His anger wasn't born from something you did. It was born from something you are. And that makes it all the more dangerous, because you can't fix something you haven't broken. You can't extinguish a rage that exists simply because you exist. He watches you more than you realize. He follows your movements, your achievements, your relationships, not with admiration, but with a resentment that eats away at him. And the scariest thing, he hides it very well. To the world, he may appear polite, functional, even friendly, but there's a war going on inside him, and you're his chosen enemy, without you even knowing you were competing. For Taurus, who value peace and stability above almost all else, being the target of someone's intense anger is one of the most destabilizing experiences possible. You've been trying to rationalize the signs. That look he gave you meant nothing. That sharp comment was just a misunderstanding. That time he discreetly sabotaged you was coincidence, but your body can't pretend. Your palms sweat when he walks into the room. Your stomach tightens when you know you'll have to interact with him. Your sleep becomes restless after encounters where he's present. This isn't paranoia. It's your internal warning system working perfectly, trying to protect you from a threat that your educated and balanced mind doesn't yet fully acknowledge. Male anger has a specific quality when directed at someone. It may be silent, but it's always territorial, always competitive, always charged with a need to dominate or destroy. And when this anger is directed at a Taurus, there's a cruel irony. You're the sign that most values peace, but also the sign that most provokes envy in those who can't build anything solid in their own lives. Your natural ability to create beauty, stability, material and emotional security, all of this is like salt in the open wound of someone who feels powerless in their own existence. This man probably can't admit even to himself how much he envies you. The anger he feels is his ego's way of processing the inferiority he experiences around you. You don't need to brag. You don't need to showcase your achievements, your mere presence, your calm approach to life, your ability to transform any space into something more beautiful and welcoming. All of this serves as a mirror that reflects back to him everything he isn't and probably never will be. For Tauruses born between April 20th and April 30th, this angry man is likely someone close to you, a family member, a partner, or a colleague with whom you interact frequently. For those born between May 1st and 10th, he may be someone in a position of authority over you, using institutional power to disguise personal attacks. And for those born between May 11th and 20th, this man is in your social or professional circle, feigning friendship while working behind the scenes to undermine your achievements. His anger manifests itself in many ways. Sometimes it's through criticism disguised as honest advice. Other times, it's subtle sabotage. He forgets to give you important information, speaks negatively about you to others in a way that sounds like concern, or creates obstacles that seem coincidental, but that you intuitively know were intentional. He may also use sarcasm as a weapon, making jokes at your expense, and then accusing you of being overly sensitive when you get upset. The pattern is always the same. He hurts you in ways that are difficult to prove or call attention to, but that you feel deeply. And when you try to confront him or set boundaries, he denies it, takes offense, and turns the situation around as if you're the one with the problem. This is the favorite game of men carrying unprocessed anger, making you doubt your own perception of the attacks you're experiencing. Taurus, as you listen to me, you're remembering specific situations, aren't you? Moments where you felt his anger palpably in the air, but couldn't quite put it into words. Conversations where he said things that weren't technically offensive, but the tone, the energy behind them made you feel small, attacked, uncomfortable. Situations where you left the interaction with him feeling dirty, like you needed to take a shower to remove the sticky energy he left behind. You may have even wondered if the problem was within you, if you were overly sensitive, paranoid, seeing things that weren't there. But that's exactly what happens when we're the target of constant energetic attacks. We begin to doubt our sanity because the attacks are designed to be undeniable, so that if you call them out on it, you'll look like the one with the problem, not the person. And maybe no one has ever fully validated what you're feeling. Maybe people around you say you're overreacting, or he's not that bad, or you should forgive and forget. But forgiving doesn't mean repeatedly putting yourself in the line of fire of someone who sees you as a target. Forgetting doesn't mean ignoring a real danger your body detects and that you need to respect. This may be the first time someone is telling you, the anger you feel from this man is real. You're not imagining it. You're not being dramatic. Your perception is correct, and you have every right to protect yourself, to create distance, to no longer tolerate behaviors that hurt you just because they're too subtle for others to notice. Leave a comment now saying, "I see the anger they try to hide from me, and I choose to protect my peace." This isn't just a sentence, it's a statement of power. It's you acknowledging your own perception, validating your experience, and committing to protecting yourself. And when you write this, you're empowering other Tauruses who are experiencing similar situations, helping them trust their intuition about the toxic energies surrounding them. The origin of this man's anger toward you is always linked to what you represent that he can't achieve. Taurus has a unique ability to build a solid life, to create material security, to cultivate stable and lasting relationships. You don't need drama to feel alive. You don't need chaos to have purpose. You find satisfaction in the simple things. A beautiful home, delicious food, genuine connections, work that sustains you with dignity. This natural contentment with life is unbearable for someone who lives eternally dissatisfied, always seeking more but never managing to settle down. He sees you building exactly the kind of life he wants but lacks the discipline, patience, or consistency to create. He sees you being respected by others while he feels he must constantly strive for recognition. He sees you at peace while he lives in a constant internal war, and instead of using this as motivation to improve, he prefers to hate you for having what he doesn't. It's easier to blame you for existing than to take responsibility for his own failures. His anger may also be linked to issues of power and control. Men who carry unprocessed anger often have trouble with anyone they can't control or manipulate, and Tauruses, with their stubborn and firm nature, aren't easily manipulated. You know what you want. You have clear values. You don't change your mind just because someone is pressuring you. You don't easily bend to the will of others. He interprets this quiet strength of yours as a challenge, as a rejection of the power he thinks he should have over you. He expected you to be malleable, to accept his decisions without question, to put his needs above your own. And when you simply continued living your life according to your own values and needs, he took it as a personal offense, as if you were deliberately defying him by simply being yourself. Unprocessed male anger also has a deep connection to feelings of inadequacy. Society teaches men that they need to be strong, successful, and dominant. When a man feels he's failed these imposed criteria, he often directs his frustration not at the system that created these impossible expectations, but at specific individuals who seem to be winning where he's losing. You've become the living symbol of everything he's failed to be. Taurus, this situation is more common than you might think. Many Tauruses experience being the target of intense male anger precisely because they represent stability and genuine success in a world that values appearances over substance. You don't need to flaunt your appearance to provoke this envy. Your simple, peaceful, and prosperous existence is enough. The real danger in this situation isn't just the direct attacks you see and defend yourself against, it's the constant energetic attacks that gradually undermine your inner peace. It's how you begin to feel uncomfortable in spaces that should rightfully be yours. It's how you may begin to diminish yourself, hide your achievements, minimize your joys, just to avoid further anger. But this is a trap. When you dim your light to avoid disturbing someone's darkness, you're not maintaining peace, you're fueling an imbalance that will only grow. Men with unprocessed anger aren't satisfied when you diminish yourself. They simply see it as confirmation that their attacks are working, and they escalate. The only way to deal with this kind of energy is through firm boundaries and strategic distance. You can't heal his anger. That's his job to do with a therapist, if he ever has the courage to face his own inner demons. You can only protect yourself from the damage this anger causes when it's directed at you. Protection for Taurus in such situations involves several layers. First, fully validate your own perception. Stop questioning whether you're overreacting and accept that if your body detects danger, there's probably danger even if others don't. Second, establish clear, non-negotiable boundaries. Reduce contact to a minimum. Don't share personal information or vulnerabilities that could be used against you. Third, actively protect your energy. Visualize yourself surrounded by a barrier that prevents negative energies from affecting you. You also need to understand that you can't win this man by being better or proving your worth. His anger isn't based on logic or facts. It's based on unprocessed emotions, unhealed trauma, and ego wounds you didn't cause and can't heal. Any attempt you make to gain his approval, to prove you deserve respect, to be so perfect he has no reason to attack you, is doomed to failure because the problem was never you. What can help is understanding that his anger is about himself, not you. It's about the flaws he sees in himself when he looks at you. It's about the dreams he's given up on while you continue building yours. It's about the peace he can't find within himself while you cultivate it naturally. You're the mirror he won't look at because he doesn't like what he sees reflected back. Taurus, in situations where you need to continue interacting with this man for practical reasons, work, family, shared social circles, the strategy is to maintain cool professionalism and emotional distance. Don't engage in power games. Don't try to win arguments or prove points. Don't react emotionally to his attacks. Stay neutral, factual, and difficult to provoke. This takes away the fuel that fuels his anger. But if you have the option of completely removing this man from your life, seriously consider it. Life is too short to live with energies that drain and attack you. You deserve to be surrounded only by people who celebrate your achievements, who respect your peaceful nature, who value the stability you bring to any environment. There is no loyalty worth the price of your peace of mind. It's also important not to internalize his anger toward you. Don't start believing his criticisms, the doubts he plants, the insecurities he tries to create. You know who you are. You know your worth. You know you're building real and lasting things while he lives in the superficiality of appearances and power games. His opinion of you says everything about him and nothing about you. On a spiritual level, there's a powerful lesson in this experience. You're learning to no longer sacrifice your peace for any relationship. You're developing energetic protection muscles that will serve you for the rest of your life. You're discovering that being loved and respected by everyone is neither possible nor desirable. Some people will hate you for the very qualities that make you special. This man's anger, as uncomfortable as it may be to experience, is teaching you discernment. It's showing you that not everyone deserves access to your intimate spaces. It's forcing you to develop clearer boundaries and the ability to say no without guilt. It's preparing you to be more selective about who you allow into your life and who you have the courage to remove when necessary. And there's a cosmic justice at work here. While he's wasting precious energy harboring anger against you, you're using your energy to build real things. While he's corroding inside with envy and resentment, you're cultivating literal and metaphorical gardens. While he's destroying himself with unprocessed hatred, you're flourishing. In the end, the best response to his anger is to simply remain you, stable, peaceful, thriving, genuine. Taurus, in the coming days and weeks, pay attention to how your body reacts in this man's presence. Notice if your breathing changes, if your muscles tense, if your stomach tightens. These reactions aren't weakness, they're wisdom. Your body is protecting you from a real threat, even when your mind still wants to believe in the universal goodness of all people. Honor these signs, trust your perception, and do whatever it takes to protect your energy. Whether it's reducing contact, establishing firmer boundaries, or completely removing this man from your life, you have divine permission to prioritize your peace above any social obligations or external pressure to get along with everyone. His anger is his problem to solve. Your responsibility is simply to ensure that it doesn't contaminate you, diminish you, or make you question your own worth. You are exactly as you were meant to be, and anyone who harbors anger against that is revealing a lot about themselves and nothing about you. Share in the comments. You don't need to reveal details or identify the person. Just acknowledge that you saw the anger and are choosing to protect yourself. Your courage may inspire other Tauruses to do the same. Subscribe to the channel because energy protection is a skill that needs to be continually cultivated. You'll need regular reminders that trusting your perception is wisdom, not paranoia. You'll need guidance on how to maintain firm boundaries even when social pressures try to make you give in. Turn on notifications to receive content that will strengthen your choice to prioritize your peace. His anger is his. Your peace is yours. Don't sacrifice one for the other anymore. Protect yourself. You deserve it.